What's going on, guys? My name is Garrett Lloyd. I'm an up-and-coming artist based in Green Bay, Wisconsin. For my music background, I grew up in Southwest Georgia with a dad that listened to rock, and all of my friends in school listened to old school hip-hop. So I guess really my entire life I've been surrounded by a bunch of different types of genres and a bunch of different music. And I guess if you look at me and were to put me in a category, it's like a melting pot of everything that I've been surrounded in. So ever since I can remember, I've known that I was an entertainer. That's something that I wanted to do my entire life. Throughout high school, I had a bunch of buddies that were, playing around with making music and stuff like that. So I would always kind of be there, but I would never actually make something myself. So my freshman year of college, I actually went to a technical college, and the first track that I made was actually for the talent show. There was a grand prize of $1,000, and when I went and performed at the talent show, honestly, I felt so energized, and I felt like that's where I was supposed to be. I felt like I was somebody that needs to be in performing arts, and that's where I found my passion for music, the energy that I felt when I was on stage. As far as musical influences go, I would say primarily, like I said, my dad listened to a lot of rock, so like Def Leppard, Tesla, Styx, Jackal, things of that nature. But as far as hip-hop goes, Eminem, obviously I grew up listening to him. After Eminem, I found Lil Wayne, which carried me into A$AP Rocky. And if you look at today's music, one of the people that inspires me most is actually Machine Gun Kelly. He's not my favorite rapper, he's not my favorite rock singer, but I feel like overall as an artist, he just sets himself apart from everybody else due to his versatility. If I were to describe my music to somebody, or have them listen to my music, what they would hear is somebody that went from being kind of overlooked to someone that's in the spotlight, which was a very, very weird transition for me, because when I was in high school, I didn't really have a clique. I didn't have a bunch of friends. I had maybe 2 or 3 close homies that I would hang out with outside of school. I was more like, I was just quiet. I never really expressed myself, expressed the way that I felt. And then the first time that I got in the studio, I felt like I just needed to get everything off my chest for the last couple of years, and that's what I did. And if you look at my music, you can definitely tell my progression from an introvert to somebody that's confident in who I am now. The image that I think my music conveys is progress. Everybody starts out, everybody has rough parts of their life, ups and downs, people hear it all the time, but you can get through that type of deal. My music, what I would like people to hear from my music is that regardless of what situation you're in, you can flip your life around completely and make a 180-degree turn. What inspires me to do music is, like I was saying earlier, the energy that I get when I'm recording, performing, writing, making a beat, anything of that nature. I feel zoned in, and I feel like I'm in a completely different world. And it's soul food. For me, music is soul food. Whenever I'm, feeling bad about something that happened, stuff like that, I'll get in the studio and I'll write about it, and I'll express my emotions through that form of media. I hope to bring more love to the music industry. A lot of music these days is surrounded by negativity. People see, like big rappers, and they automatically assume, they're doing gang shit, or they made all their money by selling drugs, stuff like that. But there's a lot of people in this industry that are very genuine, very intelligent people that don't get the credit that they deserve, and I would like to bring that to light for the industry. Another big thing that's going on in the music industry right now is puppeteering. I feel like a lot of artists these days are controlled by their label, and I don't like the fact that they do that, because someone as a musician, you're creating that art for yourself. You're not creating that for anybody else. You're putting your own expression, your own feelings into your music, and I feel like that should not be censored by a label or anything like that. So I'd like to bring more, transparency to the music industry, and have people see artists for who they really are. Yeah. What makes me different from other artists is, I would say, my versatility and categorization, because personally I don't want to be categorized into one genre of music. I'd like to, like I said, be that guy that can do everything. If I want to drop a rock song, I'll drop a rock song and headbang with people at crowds. If I want to drop a rap song, I'm going to have a rap song and people are going to be bumping up and down to it. I want to explore every single virtue of music that I think is humanly possible for me. I would say my proudest project was my first track that I dropped. It's called Origins. It's clean. That's the one that I did for the talent show. And in that track, I really just expressed how I've been feeling for the last, 18, 19 years. Like I said, I was looked down on. People kind of disregarded me. I wasn't one of the cool kids hanging out with a football team or anything like that. And I feel like that song will just relate to a lot of people that were in a similar situation as me. Yeah, I'm like an underdog. That's because I released that project and everybody was like, oh, Garrett Lloyd is making music now. And then they listened to it and realized that I put my entire life story into, a minute and a half verse. And they were like, wow, this is actually meaningful stuff. He's not talking about doing drugs. He's not talking about getting drunk at parties. He's talking about real things that he's actually been through his life. And so that's one of my proudest projects, because I feel like that will relate with a lot of people. Honestly, I would say my biggest opportunity up to this point is getting connected with IAA. This seems like a phenomenal chance for exposure, different networking throughout the music and creative arts industry. And I'm from Green Bay, like I said. This is a town with a lot of potential, and I feel like this breakthrough is something that would allow me to give back to the rappers and different artists in my area. I am currently working on 2 projects. Come here real quick, hop in the camera. This is my homie Brad. We're gonna be dropping a collaboration tape together in January. Just wait. We have completely different vibes, but but we fit phenomenally on tracks together. He was one of my first homies when I moved here, so he's got an amazing voice. We gotta put something together. And then I have a solo album that I'm planning on releasing in probably March of next year. And in this, I want to showcase the different versatility that I have. And the layout for it that I have is I'm going to have it, it's going to be 12 tracks broken down into segments of 4 songs. And each segment of 4 songs is going to be influenced by a different genre of music. And the separation, or the sections, will be broken up by interludes that explain what that genre of music means to me and why I chose that genre of music as an influence for the project. Quick shout out to all the IAA community. I really appreciate you guys reaching out to me and giving me the time of your day. Massive shout out to Leaf the Plug, David the Plug. I'm really looking forward to working with you guys, and I will see you in the future. G Lloyd out.